Hello everyone and welcome to round 10 of season 5 of FCDI Racing League. Today we are around Spa or Belgium and Alex, if you want to take us through the track map.
Let's do it then. Round 10. Bit hectic going in. We've had some issues there, but it's alright. But Spa-Francorchamps is a pretty difficult circuit to get right. There's a lot of tricky places, but we'll go through it now then. Into turn 1, hairpin straight away. These high curves, don't want to be getting on them anytime soon. Into the famous Eau Rouge, turn 2, 3 and 4. Very easy in these cars. Should be doing them flat out, of course. DRS wide open into turn 5. The curb is pretty high in there too. You don't want to hitting that, otherwise you've spun. Then into maybe a flat turn 7 if you're brave. Depends on your setup. Then into another hairpin, that is turn 8, going into a medium speed. Turn 9, then down Buon, down turn 10 and 11. Used to be able to do it flat, but you can't anymore. Not a chance. Then into the little, quite big chicane, that is 12 and 13. Then medium speed 14 and 15. Then flat out from there to the chicane, that is turn 18 and 19. DRS wide open and across the line. That is a lap around Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, we'll quickly go on to the standings before we go to qualifying. Ferrari, once more, extending the lead out on Red Bull, who are on 160. Close behind them, Williams 135. Haas in P4 with 99. Going to want to extend past the 100 points gap today. So, for the drivers' standings then, Lewis Piper still has his lead after missing the last 2 rounds. Jamal is closing up behind, but he also did miss last round. Phoenix was up into the prize pool after getting the win and the fastest lap. Last round, Striker Boy, another P12 for him in P4, and Lucas Charles, after having pedal issues, managed to get 10 points, so into P5, as I think some are coming out on track.
Oh, I am ready for today then. Just going to get interested at the top. We've seen Altrex for getting involved, new driver. Janata been challenging the tier 1 boys. Jamal obviously up there in the prize pool, with Phoenix getting up there too. It's going to be close from the end of the season for the prize pool. Got to say Tempos as well. He's got so unlucky last round. So yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. We've got a lot of fast drivers out here today. Phoenix, Tempos, Striker Boy Jamal, Altrex for. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting for the win, and even the rest of the podium spots, even top 5. It's going to be hard to get some points today, but we'll see how it pans out. Thanks for putting me in the chat, Josh, mate.
Right, usual question, who's getting pole?
I'm going to say... Oh, Lewis Piper is back. Lewis Piper, is it going to be Lewis Piper Phoenix? Is it going to be Altrexer getting involved? This is going to be really close. It's probably the closest qualifying we're ever going to have. But I'm going to say... Ooh, Altrexer. I'm going to say Altrex on his second race. He's going to get 2 poles in a row. It's going to be close though. My brother in chat, Baggy, saying 10 plus. Backing the 2-time champion. Yeah, don't blame him. It's always a good bet. He's been doing phenomenal recently. Unlucky to not get the win last time out. For that unlucky drive-through penalty. But Altrex for my personal favourite. He's currently on the lap. We'll see how some pans out and how quick he is and what the pace is like.
Magnussen has made up places at the start, but here comes Sebastian Vettel.
Can you get Lucas Charles in, right?
Yep. So far it's been a pretty clean lap for the Haas driver of Altrexfer. And we'll see if he can get a decent lap time in to try and challenge for pole position today. Really got some backside face competition out at front.
I think Phoenix will take it. I know we're seeing his strong performances. I think Phoenix will be on pole today. That's not to say we'll win though. but I think Altrexfer will take the victory. Let's see what I can do on his banker lap.
So here we go then, round the final chicane, final corners around this track. What can Altrexfer do? Is it going to be another divisional pole? It will be, of course, but that is a tidy lap from Altrexfer. Obviously first driver to set a lap time. 43.1, let's see how Templos can manage with that lap time. So here we go then, across the line here will go DRS wide open. Templos, he crosses the line, it's 44.5, that is quite some margin off the pace of Altrexfer. Altrexfer must have had a decent lap. 1.4 seconds is the gap at the moment. That is that's a huge distance. I've got to say, Genator puts in a 45.3, that's one driver you expect to be near the top of the midfield, so you've got to think Altrexfer must have had a really good lap. To stick it that far away from Templos, so is Templos going to struggle in the last stages, but we'll see. Phoenix can match it to current on a lap, and he is really challenging for a title at the minute. He's catching up quite some margin. He struggled to get a win at the start of the season, but here he is now challenging the great drivers that are at the top. But here we go then, Phoenix is going to come round the final chicane in a few moments to set a lap time, and is it going to be divisional pole for Phoenix? At the moment, James PT puts in a 43.5, that's a great lap from James PT, but Phoenix crosses the line, he puts in a 43.2, just a tenth away from Altrexfer, so it is going to be close. Come the end of qualifying, you've got to think, but we'll see how close it does get. There's Jamal then.
With his lap, so he's starting another one. Oh, never mind, he's in the pits.
Yeah, he's into the pits.
Purple sector 1, Striker Boy.
Striker Boy. We haven't seen him on pole so far this season,
Just in
but maybe. It's unfortunate.
Is anyone else on a flying lap? Oh, going, just finishing it. Into P11.
46.1 then for Copper Coin.
Seven yet to settle up. Two of them on their out lap. Striker Boy going to ride on board to see if he will get his next lap in or if it will go into the pits.
Yeah, Striker Boy is in the Red Bull for some reason, I'm not sure why. The points will obviously go towards Aston Martin, but yeah, comes into the pit lane.
All eyes on Jake Squid then.
Jake Squid, he's got one win this season, but it's been pretty inconsistent throughout the rest of the season, and he's going to need to pick up the pace now today.
Here we go, Jake Squid.
Yeah, Jake Squid, like I said, he was pretty good in Miami early on this season. Inconsistent ever since Alpha Tauri with his teammate Old Hoss, who did bring home most of the points since then. Very consistent driver is his teammate. Not driving today, unfortunately. But yeah, Jake Squid is going to really want to try and get something today in this session. But into Sector 1, it's a purple Sector 1 actually, that's a very nice time in Sector 1. Yeah, I've seen him try to brave it. As I said, going full throttle on that is risky, but it will gain the lap time.
Ooh, just runs a bit wide and invalidates. See what Nova Gibson can do. Hasn't got a lap time yet. Lucas Charles finally in.
It's tough to invalidate there. He's not going to want to do that again. Nova Gibson though. At the moment, 19th, no lap time set. But the Alfa Romeo team need to try and pick it up a bit more in the constructors. Maybe this is the turning point. Going into the final 2 corners. Now rounds it out, DRS wide open and across the line. Where's Nova Gibson going to put that Alfa Romeo in P6? His teammate actually in P9 as well, nice. Lap from him at the moment. Maybe both a double top 10 finish, that would be nice for Alfa Romeo, it's much needed for the team. Altrexfer though is currently on another lap, current pole sitter at the moment. As I said, it's going to be tough, especially when Lewis Piper comes out the pit lane. We'll see when that happens, as Rebel Chaser has seemingly crashed up Eau Rouge. That is tricky. But that's unlucky for Rebel Chaser. But Altrexfer is on another flyer and is setting some fantastic sector times at the moment. But going into sector 2 then. Let's see if Altrexfer can keep this clean. And he's gone slightly wide, and that's going to invalidate a lap time down. P1. That's unlucky for Altrexfer. Still a long time in this session. We'll see if he goes for another one at the end of this lap. But Phoenix then
displays the Haas in P1.
Gone purple in sector 1, all the time to gain. I'm guessing he's in sector 2 then. So Altrexfer make that mistake going wide. Down
again.
He's gone wide as well, Phoenix. That might be a tricky spot then. That's where people seem to be invalidating quite often. But 10 plus. Here we go then, currently in P5 is 10 plus. He's gone on to improve a lot more than he already has. He must have made a mistake on his lap if he hasn't got the pace, but we'll see when he crosses the line. If he does have any more pace in his locker, any more time to gain, can the Red Bull stick it on the front row? No, he can't. He improves by a second though, so it does show he does have some pace.
Brodo.
There's Brodo then, P7 at the moment. He's running pretty nice, I've got to say. He's about just under a tenth up in sector 1 alone. Brodo is running very nicely. A tier 2 driver, currently in P7, as I think. No, he does carry on. If I back out for a second there. Yes, I think he has. I could be wrong.
Wait to see sector time. Yeah. On the tyres.
Yeah. Must have made a mistake then. Striker Boy then. It's unfortunate for Striker Boy, who is in the Aston Martin, don't forget. Just got in the Red Bull for some reason. Jonator then, let's see if he can gain a few tenths to maybe put it in the top 7. Now going up Eau Rouge. Past it, gonna get the DRS wide open. Doesn't seem to have a lot of ERS though, interestingly.
I don't think he's using it.
There's a second down in sector 1, he must be just saving the battery then. Now Seth Martin, can he change his misfortune as of late and get some points on the board, a bit more consistency hopefully for Aston Martin and himself, just to boost him up in the Drivers' Championship, as he is backed out of his current lap. Is he going to go for another one? Oh yeah, he must have done. Oh, he's out of lap. Yeah. There's across the line. Seth Martin starts his lap into turn 1, turns in nicely, kisses the apex and gets on the power. Pretty decent. So far, so good for Seth Martin. Now going up Eau Rouge. Power down, of course. Pretty easy corners, but you can make a mistake on them, as we saw with Rebel Chaser earlier in the session. But sector 1 time, is it improvement for Seth Martin? It is by a 10th of a second. I think all that time is pretty much in turn 1. Not much to gain up Eau Rouge, but on the power nicely. Seth Martin is up for a good lap in sector 2 then. Brakes nicely, gets on the power smoothly. Now going down the hill. Can Seth Martin gain some more time? Now down Bouron. Can he? Yes, kept it out of the invalidation, kept all tyres on the tarmac, which is good to see. What is his sector 2 time going to be like? Rounding out the final few corners in sector 2. There's a car in the way, hopefully he does move out of the way. That's nice for Seth Martin, and he's going to get the power down. He is 5 tenths up at the moment. It's a fantastic lap from Seth Martin. Can he actually find himself in the top 7 maybe here, just overtaking Brodo? That would be a nice lap for Seth Martin. Then push on from there then, Seth Martin then going into the final chicane now, all to gain. So here we go then, around the final 2 corner. And DRS wide open, Seth Martin. Can he overtake Brodo? Yes he can, puts in P7 at 44.42 seconds ahead. And he just wants to just keep it there, I reckon.
Tricks to extend his lead out in front, just over 1/10 is the gap to Phoenix. Let's hope these cars don't get in the way, and they have. I think that was Mercedes.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating.
Generator, I think, as well. Oh, James BT, big slide at the start of his lap. Jamal just manages to run that bit wide and keep his lap couple tenths up.
Yes, I have just realised Lewis Piper has retired from qualifying. I'm not sure if he crashed on a lap.
Lost
We'll have to
first.
see later on. Another last first challenge for Lewis Piper, I don't know. But Jamal then needs to try and find himself closer up the grid, closer to the front 2, and is this going to put him in the top 3 then, or maybe the front row? Jamal seems to be on a decent lap at the moment, needs to gain quite a lot to grab pole, and will he? Across the line, he does grab pole. That's a great lap from Jamal, and improves about 5-6 tenths on his lap, and it's a 43.0. That is a lovely lap from Jamal, and is this going to be another Ferrari masterclass at the moment? Doing fantastic in the constructors, and now Jamal trying to beat his teammate for the drivers, Lewis Piper. If he doesn't get away well, yet again he's going to be losing places to these guys at the front in the constructors, maybe. I mean drivers.
Yeah, 10 plus. Needs to get that much closer to the front 3 on this lap to make a challenge for them off the start, but we know how good his starts are. We saw it in the last 2 rounds, absolutely flew off the line. He's up on his time, not by much, but it's still an improvement. I think middle sector and last sector is where to gain all the time, especially around these tricky corners.
As down the hill we go then in sector 2, and Templos is looking pretty quick. We saw on his first lap, I was a bit worried He was in the 44s, but he improved by nearly a second on his second lap. And is it going to be a charge for pole position on his third and final lap? We'll see if some pans out. James PT will not improve to try and get pole, and is in free in the end. Templos 3 times up at the moment, is ripping it up in sector 2. Now going into sector 3, is actually giving the car behind a little tow. I'm pretty sure that's Phoenix, or is it Jamal? That's going to be interesting. As if it is Phoenix, that's going to be a mega boost. Going around the final few now for Templos and Phoenix. Now Templos is going to cross the line. Is it going to be a pole challenge for Templos? So again, 3 attempts in sector 2. Across the line, Templos doesn't improve. Phoenix grabs pole position. That toe must have boosted him a lot, and it is a Ferrari 1-2 in qualifying. Yet again, another Ferrari masterclass. But Phoenix beats his teammate. You've got to think that toe from Templos must have really let him gain. But yeah, it's a fantastic lap from Phoenix to grab pole position. He's going to be buzzing with that, as I don't think anyone else is on the lap, and I think that is qualifying over. But phenomenal from Phoenix yet again. Dominance at Ferrari.
Yeah, good stuff from Phoenix. Using his knowledge, pick up the toe from Templos on that long back straight. Good stuff. Takes pole position for round 10.
Yeah, I mean, Red Bull yet again consistently on the front 3 rows, and 5-6 for Red Bull. But Striker, what you've got to think, of course, isn't in the Red Bull. I've just realised that yet again. And Lucas Giles is actually down in P14, must not got a good lap time in. But yeah, Phoenix and Jamal yet again is a story here in Spa. 1-2 at the moment in the 42s. Well done, Phoenix. That is a fantastic lap time, I've got to say.
Yeah, great stuff. It's gonna be quite a few challenges for the race win. If Lewis Piper can make his way up the order, he'll definitely be a challenger.
Yeah, I've got to say that's a mega lap. Our last pole time here was set by Xfox 43.5, but that's been massively improved on by 7 tenths. So yeah, big mega job done, and that is a new FZR record.
Add that onto the Hall of Fame.
The T poses are out. That signals the start of the formation lap.
Best part of race weekend. Like. Ten seconds until the start. Thank you everyone that's joined the stream so far.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of our best seasons yet. And maybe, I think it is actually our best season yet. It's so close to the top at the moment. But here we go then. Formation lap underway. It's Ferrari 1-2, and they're not bottling this championship at the moment. With only a few rounds to go on the dawn of F1 23. Phoenix is causing a stir up at the top, and maybe he might take the full prize pool.
Lewis Piper at the back is going to want to make his way up as fast as he can. Let's look at the tyres that everyone's gone for. Front 7 on hards, 8th to 10th on mediums, Brodo in 11th on the hards, Epic Toast Pimpula on the mediums, Lucas Charles on the hards, 15th all the way down to 18th on the mediums, Lewis Piper on the hards, and Jake Squid on the mediums. Harder to the softer compound seems like the best strategy on this game, and as demonstrated by Lewis Piper. We'll see how many positions he can make up on the first lap.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be interesting. Lewis Piper, can he do it again from the back? I don't think he'll be able to today, but we'll see. We'll surely see.
Anything can happen. We've not had that many safety cars, so have to see if the drivers can work it perfectly, get the perfect strategy nailed down. Phoenix can get off the line well.
We want to just say this is our first stream and first round back from past our 1 year anniversary, so big up to you all. You're brilliant.
Yeah, OGs in here like Templar, Striker Boy, Nova Gibson. Who else is OG? Lucas Charles, pretty OG. Jake Squid. Phoenix almost spins there, warming his tyres.
As then, yet again, can Phoenix boost his championship hopes? At the moment, he's doing a phenomenal catch-up job in that Ferrari, right behind his teammate in the championship. Only 5 points separates them, then another 17 points to Lewis Piper. But here today, can Phoenix gain on his teammate and Lewis Piper? And this could really be a turning point. You've got to think, if Lewis Piper doesn't score and Jamal wins, he will go to the top of the championship. So we'll see how that pans out. But here we go then. It's lights out and away we go in round 11 or round 10 of FSR League Spa. This is an into turn 1. Altrexfer has had a fantastic start down the inside of Phoenix and Jamal and Striker Boy made up to P3. Whoa, what's that from Altrexfer and Striker Boy. Jamal dropping back. Templos also dropping back with Kevin Slice on a fantastic start. Phoenix is looking to come back at his Haas. Nemesis going past the final corner of Sector 1. And he's going to make it down the inside. It's very, very close at the moment. Round the outside now. Now he is going to have the inside yet again. Still side by side between Altrexfer and Phoenix. He's going to have the inside yet again. But Altrexfer gets it done. Now Jamal is also challenging Striker Boy, who gets hit around. I think Striker Boy has been hit around by Jamal, and Jamal drops the positions to. I don't think it's going to be a safety car, but Jamal is now in 8th, Templos in 5th, and Kev the Slice is in 4th. James PT also on the podium, but Jamal, this is going a nightmare at the moment. He's going to have to gain from here, currently in 8th, and it's big traffic for him in this race. I don't think he has any damage, but. Oh, if he does, then he is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
but he's went from a 1-2 to Ferrari.
I don't know why, but the positions aren't working.
Altrexfer is in the lead. Phoenix in P2. James PT rounding out the final podium places in P3. Kevin Slice in P4. Lewis Piper has retired from the race. That is interesting, as yes, he has crashed out in the final sector. Altrexfer set fast top of the race, of course, on lap 1 at 2:06 on the first lap. Let's see how we can improve.
You try and invite me back.
But at the moment, yes.
Apologies, guys. I can't even leave.
Yeah, this game is kicking on now, but hopefully it will improve.
Yeah, just give us a rundown of the
As-
positions.
Everything has just crashed. Yeah, I'm not sure what has happened there then. Massive desync and Kev Slice currently leading. I'm not sure if this will have to be restarted.
I think it will. Or restarting.
Let's see what has happened with everyone else, but at the moment.
Can you invite me back? Apologies, everyone. There we go, we're back with the overlays.
As I think I have bugged because it says for me Kev Slice in the lead.
James PT then, half second behind Phoenix. Striker Boy seems to have DNF'd, along with Epic Toast and Lewis Piper. We saw the Lewis Piper DNF though before we went. Apologies about that, everyone. There's Chaz and Brodo going right at the end of Sector 1. Do you need an invite back?
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, hopefully we can have an all end to the race then.
James PT spins. And so does Kev the Slice. That promotes Templos into P2. Phoenix, nice and comfortable, out in the lead now. Pretty much a 4-second gap, as I think that's a VSC.
While then Templos back on the pony's
what's
face.
happened there?
There's been a big hit from behind James PT, and that's going to probably give him damage. He's waiting to the ball. I don't think he's got a full wing. Yeah, that could be a penalty.
Thank you, Rampage,
yeah,
for the follow. Crystal, you into the bits.
As I seem to be desynced. So yeah, the standings saying whole different things.
Green flag running then. Chris W can't serve his drive through under VSCs or safety car, so he'll still have that.
As yeah, Templos has gained heaps and bounds then from the start. There's been a lot of incidents at the moment, and sure will be seem to be a lot of reports that will come in near the end of the session, but at the moment Templos is benefited.
Get the slice. Looking for the move on Jamal. Couldn't quite make it just there. Pimpula close to the back of Copper Coin.
And yeah, Seth Martin's winning nicely as well in P5. I'm not going to big him up too much, don't want to give the commentators curse, but at the moment it may be on track for some fantastic points. Altrex is back in P3 with Templos. You never know, might be a chance of winning if something does go on Phoenix, but yet again Phoenix is having a fantastic race, currently on lap 5 in the lead with his teammate Jamal in P13 having a shocker at the moment, but he has pitted, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Coming out of Eau Rouge, Altrex for DRS wide open. Gonna breeze past Templos. And he does so. Templos down to P3, Altrexfer up into P2.
Yeah, I think Tempos really needed to fight that. He knew Altrexfer was faster. There's no point holding him up, as if Tempos he could just stay in within a second and try and gain on Phoenix if Altrexfer does too. But Templos, yeah, he didn't want to fight that battle, as it wasn't one to be fought. This is a bit of a battle for the final points position, going up to Pimpula as well. This will be James PT, who was running fantastically at the start of the race. In P2, I'm pretty sure it was, or P3, had gained from a few mistakes from the front runners. It's now down in P9. But yeah, James PT is going to want to gain as much as he can back. And is this going to be the lap where he gets another position gained?
Phoenix looking comfortable. He's extended his gap to just over 5 seconds. His Templos keeping in touch with the Haas in P2. Don't want to get dragged along by that DRS.
Yeah, Templos has just got out of DRS, as it seems at the moment. 1.2 seconds. Yeah, Altrexfer seems to have some massive pace at the moment. Gained 1.2 seconds in a lap to Templos. So yeah, seems he does have the pace here today, and maybe can gain on Phoenix in the coming laps. We'll see how long pans out. Gained about 4 attempts at the minute, just on this lap alone.
James PT.
But James PT then 2 attempts. Gaining, and he's easily passed Miles before corner. Yeah, he's going to gain quite some margin. He's got a little bit of a boost to Lucas Charles as well.
Lucas Charles in the Aston Martin. It should be a Red Bull, so don't forget about that. His points will go towards Red Bull and not Aston Martin.
Yeah, all pressure really on Seth Martin at the moment to bring home good points for Aston Martin, with Striker Boy retiring.
Running well.
But
Don't want to jinx it, but he's running well in P5. Welcome, welcome, Rampage.
yeah,
Telemetry.
as yeah, at the moment, Seth Martin, he has had quite a lot of unlucky moments in the past few weeks, but hopefully it does change. He has been saying he has found new setups. Hopefully they're coming to use today, and maybe bring him some more consistency around this great historic circuit at Spa-Francorchamps. Now all eyes on James PT. He's very, very close to the back of Lucas Charles. He's made a bit of a mistake coming out of the final corner, that losing time and gain time for Pimpula. 7 attempts at the gap. He's going to have to gain a bit out of turn 1 to get nice and close up Eau Rouge. There's, yeah, the race on. There is a race on Friday too, Tier 2, of course, so make sure you come and join us for then. But at the moment, Tier 1 here today, James PT has gained so much coming out of Eau Rouge. That straight line speed on the Alpine is absolutely mega. He's got miles past before the corner, and it's another move, another lap, another move for James PT. And he needs to get his head down and try getting over Gibson too, but James PT is an absolute riot at the moment, as Jamal gets a 3 second time penalty.
Yep, good start from Generator, as always, and from Templos getting 3 positions. Generator, we know his consistency, and we know what he can do in Tier 1. Looking like he is going to win Tier 2 as well if he keeps it up how he's going. Templos in a pretty quiet race. Looks to be a pretty quiet race for most drivers up to P7. There's Lucas Charles is closing back in on James PT.
As it seems, James PT does have a straight line speed. and might have it covered on this next lap, but we'll have to see. As, yeah, Lucas Giles is just losing a few tenths at the moment as Jake Squid has spun around coming into the final few corners.
So looking for Jake Squid.
Yeah, yet again, Jake Squid
Well.
having another inconsistent race.
Yeah, struggling with his tyres now. Don't want to cool him down. Yeah, there's no real battles going on right now. Lucas Giles up on his personal best time.
Yeah, checks for been watching lap times and then about 2 tenths quicker a lap at the moment, but I'll fetch for to get on this. Phoenix quite imagine by the end of the race. Right, that was Crystal Blue. Seems to have crashed.
Safety car.
Going up a Rouge, is that a safety car? Yes, it is a safety car, so front runners will be able to come in. It's changed the size from medium to people who are large, but they lose what missed. But yeah, Phoenix is going to take it. As Altrex has stayed out, that's interesting. Yeah, he takes the lead. I'm going to see how that strategy pans out.
Thinks it's too early to go onto the mediums. What we've seen in previous rounds, how long the mediums can actually last. I think they will be able to go to the end.
Yeah, they should only have to do around 12 laps on the mediums, 12 racing laps that is. So,
Yeah,
I think Altrex has probably done the wrong call.
Yeah, I think the pit window for the hards is lap 11 or lap 12, so there'll be a couple laps on the safety car to let everyone catch up. So I think Phoenix and Templos are in the hot seat right now.
I wonder what Tempos can do then against Phoenix and the theoretical battle for the win.
Oh, Jake Squid into the pit wall.
As Jake Squid's misfortune continues. But yeah, I think all eyes really is on Templos and Phoenix, maybe Janata actually. With our checks for needing to pit again, Janata already pitting is currently in theoretical P3. Can it be a podium for the Tier 2 reserve? And that would be a fantastic result for Mercedes. Much needed, as Janata has been a big boost really for their championship.
Or can Seth Mine deny him? Can he break his curse of inconsistent racers? Can Seth Mine make it onto the podium? To be fair, I'd love to see either of them on the podium.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, but hopefully they don't overstep the mark and crash, because that'll be bad. But you never know, Gibson could get it, James PT, anyone's really in this.
James PT
it's all about the pace.
That's an interesting strategy.
12 laps on the softs, that is a very brave strategy indeed.
Should just be this last lap on the safety car. Then we can go racing again.
If you are in chat, who is your podium predictions at the moment with Altrexfer needing to pit? Phoenix in the theoretical lead with Templos in P2, Genator currently in theoretical P3, and Seth Martin P4. So who do you think will grab that final podium space? Who do you think, Ben?
I think Genator will have it. I honestly think Seth Martin will spin.
I don't think he will. I think this misfortune will change. At the moment, the fastest out of both the drivers is Seth Martin. His fastest lap time of this race is a 48.8, with Genator's a 49.5. But yeah, they're both on the same strategy, so maybe Seth Martin has the pace today.
Hopefully so. As I say, any of the two out of Genator and Seth Martin, I'd love to be on the podium. Or even Nova Gibson, my former teammate at Alfa Romeo, I'd love to see him up there. Nice guy. I think it should be in this lap. Just waiting for the Haas to catch up. All within the same sector.
Yeah. It's a full grid today, now only down to 14 drivers. Bit of a hectic start to the race for sure. But Phoenix then is in the theoretical lead. I wonder when Altrexfer is gonna pull the trigger and box. Maybe it was, I think it was a mistake really, not boxing under safety car conditions.
Gonna have to push to the absolute limit now as we wait for him to get us all going again.
Here we go then. Nice wide line to get a traction. He's taking this very, very late, I've got to say. As now he gets the power down across the line for a brand new lap. Lap 11 then, Phoenix in the theoretical lead. Genator pushing Templos. Down the inside he goes. Genator, the tier 2 reserve, is challenging a 2-time champion here in FZR Racing. Side by side they go, and they're going to go for a rouge. Genator takes the position. What a move for Genator, and how crucial will that be for the podium challenge? This is currently theoretical P2. Can he even win the race today? 11 laps to go. Genator is on an absolute charge. The pace seems to be his manner, and what a restart it's been for him. We'll see how this one pans out, as he is being absolutely mega. Can Templos go back down the inside? Yes, he is going, and he does get that position back. Nice move from Templos, and that might be critical for his podium chances. Seth Martin might have just blown it away there. He's lost 2 positions from the start, and from challenging Genator, he's now down in P7, and just ahead of Lucas Giles. But yeah, Seth Martin's going to be able to pick up the pace. Still in the points though, and I think he will be glad that he is, at least. As he's getting very, very close to the back of Nova Gibson as we speak, going down Piron now. Goes slightly wide, that might be a track limits warning, but a 10.5 is going to go down the inside here. I don't think it's close enough.
James
But,
PT
yeah,
going at it with Genator side by side pretty much through all these corners. Let's hope they don't collide. I don't think they do. Nice clean racing from the two of them. As Genator is going to pick this slipstream up throughout the back straight. Is he going to go for a move into the chicane?
that is a spot on overtake for James PT. He's had a fantastic restart, it's got to be said. He started P4, dropped quite a few positions with the safety car. He's gained about 4-3 positions from the restart. But
Seth
James
Martin
PT is in the theoretical podium.
Looked for the move on Nova Gibson, ran a little bit deep, then spun his car. Luckily, he got turned back around by another car. But Phoenix, look how close he is now to the back of Altrexfer in the Haas. Is he going to deploy? Is he going to get P1? Is he going to take it away from the hard runner who hasn't pit yet?
Just how long is he going to stay out as Phoenix is easily going to saunter past in that Ferrari and takes the lead by quite some margins. Templos. Templos is going to want to get past 2 as soon as he can, with Phoenix starting to gap already to Altrexfer, but Templos is going to need to get past, and he's getting very, very close at the moment as he spun Altrexfer. Oh, that's very close, as Altrexfer kind of did close the gap on him, We'll see if that gets a report. But our transfer, it's all gone bad to
Struggling.
worse. Didn't pit on the safety car and is now spun, and he's going to have to come in surely at the end of this lap just to reduce the damage.
Seth Martin looking to pounce on the spin from the Haas, and Al Trexler just lets him by. Smart move from him, just so he doesn't get involved in an incident. As Templos up into P2.
As yeah, with that incident, I wonder if that will get reported on Templos, but at the moment, James PT is actually very, very close behind. Can he get P2 today? That'd be a fantastic result for the Alpine driver. And
After the spin,
Altress is
Altress
getting from. Oh, it's shocking. Yeah, as he's coming into the pit lane now, and he's gonna lose a lot of time to the final points places.
Nova Gibson half a second behind, but will go into P3. 4 tenths is the gap between James PT and Templos. Templos won't get the DRS from Phoenix. Templos, I think, is lacking straight line speed. Even though the DRS2 is very powerful, I think Templos is quite slow on the straights. But he's going to want to tag along with James PT, keeping that DRS.
As yeah, on this lap as well, we saw. I just saw Nova Gibson overtake Generator for P4. It's a great move. Generator just needs to stay within a few tenths just to get that move back. It's going to be a close battle between them two. But yeah, James PT saunters past Templos with that rocket ship on the straight. Durus, it's just a glitch. The points will go towards Red Bull for Lucas Giles. So nothing to worry about there. But Seth Martin is running a good old race at the moment. Good comeback charge. Only one spin at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't do any more. No more mistakes now for Seth Martin, and he will be grabbing some points for Aston Martin. Let's see if he can get P7 from Pimpula. He's getting very, very close to the car in ahead. As pulls the inside, isn't close enough, and he's probably going to wait until the top of the rouge as Pimpula just a bit of a wiggle on the exit. As Jamal is very close to the back of Generator, he's going to want to get that move done to try and close the gap. As Lucas Giles goes for an audacious dive on Seth Martin, and that's going to lose Seth Martin time to Pimpula ahead. As his battle is now with Lucas Giles. But Templos, 4 tenths is now the gap as James PT, that straight line speed just keeps him ahead. Even with Templos getting improved sector times, can't do anything about it. But Lucas Giles is stuck behind with the DRS train effect, and Seth Martin is going to want to get past Pimpula just to protect him from Lucas Giles, who seems to have the pace at the moment. But Jamal already seems to be gaining on Nova Gibson from that overtake on Generator, and he's going to want to get that done as quick as he can to maybe still try and grab that final podium place. There's a yellow in sector 2. I think that's Brodo, who was actually challenging for P10, has just dropped down after that spin. Is that another safety car?
I think it is. Brodo's out. Oh no, he's not out. He's left the session. And another safety car. It is on reduced. And Phoenix is in again. I think everyone's going in, apart from Jamal and Generator.
As I think that's actually the right call to stay out. Maybe I'm wrong, but on the softs, only 4 have stayed out at the moment. So Jamal's just going to want to get a nice gap to Janator on the hards, but they're going to want a good restart.
Seth Martin
Yeah,
back in
gonna
the
be close.
podium. Can he hold it out this time? Second time lucky. It's Jamal.
Whereas, to be honest, I don't think he will with Phoenix behind him. I think he will just get the moves done as soon as he can. But maybe a top 5 finish, and we'll see.
Hopefully. But I don't know why the safety car was brought out there. I think it was just a spin from Brodo and Al.
Well, then Jamal leads the race. This will put him at the top of the championship like this, and we'll see if he can defend that position. So who do you think will win the race?
From here, I think Phoenix will. Got them fresh tyres on, and we know his pace in the previous rounds. I think didn't he take the victory in the past couple as well. So Phoenix is my race winner. Well, my predicted race winner. What about you?
I think. I'm going to say Jamal. I think he will keep it. 7 laps might be too much, but if Lucas Giles and Seth Martin and Janator cause a challenge to Phoenix, they might open up a gap. But we'll see how that pans out. 1 lap left on the safety car, I reckon. But yeah.
And the slides, what can he do on his soft compound tyres? He's going to want to make as many moves as he can before they start to drop off. As Copper Coin, if you're watching, thank you for the Prime earlier today. Appreciate it. I think Alex thanked you in the Discord. But I just want to thank you on stream as well. Let's see who's getting the most positions. Lucas Giles up 10. Janator up 8. Seth Martin up 5. Fantastic performance from those 3. And of course, Jamal, has he made the right strategy staying out, and will he be able to win this race?
He's going to want the safety car to stay out of a lap, but I don't think it definitely will. But yeah, 6 laps to go now. It'll be a very close 6 laps for Jamal and Phoenix's teammate. I think Jamal at least is going to want a podium here. But we'll see if he can keep the win. And maybe Janator on the podium. That'll be nice to see.
That'll be very nice to see. Nice guys, Janator.
To reserve grabbing more points for Mercedes, and will this time be a podium? That'll be a phenomenal result, and very impressive for the Mercedes team principal. And the safety car is coming in this lap.
Just backing up the pack is Jamal. When is he going to bolt? When is he going to go? He's got to wait for that safety car to go in the pits. I think it's in now. Is he going to wait and leave it as late as he can, or is he going to go early? to try and catch some people out. I think he has. I think it's worked.
As Janator's got a very, very poor restart. He had a lot of oversteer coming out of the final corner. But that's allowed Jamal to
Contact.
get through. As that's a big dive bomb. As I think that's from Lucas Giles. As is now pretty much going side by side with Phoenix. But yeah, Jamal gets away well. And 1.2 seconds, and crucially, about 2 and a bit seconds to Phoenix. He's going to want to gain as much as he can to Janator. But Lucas Giles is getting overtaken by Phoenix, and here we go then, Phoenix is charged, and James PT to get him past. That is a crucial position gain for James PT. But yeah, lovely from them two to get past. Actually still going side by side, as yeah, Lucas Giles does keep that position to James PT. Phoenix actually in P4 is going to really get close to the back of Seth Martin, and I don't think he will be able to fight as well, Seth Martin, if he does get close enough in the end. Only if he stays within close range to Janator and maybe gets an overtake done on him.
Yeah, I think Phoenix will win this race because Jamal has the 3-second time penalty. As I think there's a spin from the Alpha Tower, but Phoenix is going to charge on, deploying all of his ERS that he's got, trying to make up as many positions as he can. He's going to get Seth Martin into this chicane. He's going to want to break.
Oh, it's going to be close. He's going to go around the outside now. He's going to have the inside line into the second corner and the final corner of the lap. Is he going to get a position done already? But as DRS, is it I think it is enabled this lap, if I'm not wrong, or is it next lap?
James PT
I'm
goes
not sure.
for it on Seth Martin, gets that move done, but Seth is fighting it back. Templos has a front row view of this battle. James PT gets it done before Eau Rouge.
As yeah, it's DRS next lap, but Phoenix is very close to the back of Janator and gets the move done already. No DRS needed, and the charge is on for Jamal. But with Jamal's 3-second time penalty, I think just Janator just needs to try and stay within it.
James PT
It's
lagging.
going to be difficult though.
Yeah, James PT on my screen it looked like he dropped some positions, but no, he's still there. Templos got the move as well on Seth Martin.
Four laps now to go then. Janator has lost miles of time to Phoenix, as Phoenix is gaining heaps and bounds of time to Jamal. Jamal with that 3-second time penalty. It's not really going to matter anyways. Phoenix is going to take the lead come the end anyway, if no mistakes come his way. But we'll see if Templos can do anything, can join the battle to get Janator too.
James PT goes for it, takes a lot of grass there, trying to get the position on Janator. Janator pulls out.
Oh,
to the
free
side.
wide! It's free wide going into the final two corners.
Templos.
Janator's got the middle. Templos around the outside. There's going to be two positions going for Templos. Oh, is Janator going to retake it? There's a bit of desync there, but Templos does take it.
Gonna have to run. After Eau Rouge is Templos on James PT. James PT with 3-second time penalty. Templos could sit in behind, but he's going to want to push on. He's got the DRS. Shits to the back of James PT there. I'm not sure what that was about. Oh no, Janator gets a 3-second time penalty. That'll invite everyone behind. As Altrex has done a fantastic recovery from the back of the grid. He also does have a 3-second time penalty though, which will drop him down the order. It's a great exit compared to Nova. Can he go for it into Puon? Stays behind.
Yeah, I'm D6, so I don't know actually what is going on track, but I do know that Phoenix is gained quite some margin to Jamal, and I think this might be a turning point for the leaders, with 3 laps now to go.
Altrex looks like he's got the move on Nova Gibson as we focus on the battle between Jamal and Phoenix for P1. He also gets the move on Janea. It's going 3 wide down here. There's big battles going on for the top 5, but let's focus on the battle for P1. Phoenix is going to get the run on Jamal in the DRS zone.
Surely will. ERS using overtake and doesn't really even need to get the move done with Jamal getting that for his end time penalty, but he has got it done easily before the corner, and that's a lovely move for Phoenix, and he is now in the lead, and it's yet again a Ferrari 1-2 with Phoenix in front.
Janeta and Seth Martin going side by side. Can't get a nice view of it from the onboard. There we go. Janeta keeps position ahead of Seth Martin. Been quite a tasty past couple laps. A lot of battling going on. Seth Martin, nearly touches the back of Janeta through Pouon. Uses the overtake. Is he going to go for a dive bomb into the next set of corners? Janeta defends it nicely.
I think Seth Martin might just stay behind until the next DRS zone. The main overtake zone is of course out of Eau Rouge, and that's where he's probably going to want to make it anyway.
Or is he going to go for it into the last couple corners? Pick up a nice toe from Janeta. Pulls out to the side like we saw last lap. Brakes late. On the outside. Takes the inside. Nice move from Seth Martin. Janeta going to get it back into turn 1.
Yes, he will pick up the DRS out of Eau Rouge, and that might just easily get him that lead back, and we'll see then. Here we go then, up Eau Rouge. Janeta is very, very close behind, and with that DRS, is he going to sort of pass? We've seen it many times before, people getting it done way before the corner, and Janeta is going to do it again, and he's retaken that position.
Yeah, nice little 4-way battle here. Pimpler, Lucas Charles, then Seth Martin and Janeta. Seth Martin gets 3-second time penalty. That'll promote Lucas Charles up 2 places, up into P7, if he can keep and tag along with these 2 drivers. Runs a bit wide as I say that. Altrex gets another 3 seconds. What driver's struggling? Oh, it's Lucas Charles. He spins out. No. It's going to probably drop him out of the point position if the Haas driver can overtake. And yes, he does.
For 1 second I thought it was Seth Martin there. I got a bit worried. But let's see if Seth Martin will get close enough on the next lap. Templos at the moment is running pretty nicely to grab the positions on the podium.
Seth Martin 3 laps in a row. He's going to go around the outside. No, he opts for the inside this time. Brakes a bit late, has contact with Janeta, and Pimpula goes around the outside. Can he pull 2 moves at once into turn 1 on Janeta? Brakes late. Lovely stuff from Pimpula, but Janeta is going to want to fight as much as he can, but just has to sit in behind and wait for the DRS.
What a move from Pimpula. He is going to get outdone here, and is it going to be another double move? And is Pimpula going to drop to the back yet again? Here we go, then the run to the end of sector 1. He's going to go 3 wide against Seth Martin. He's going to have the inside line. Is it going to be a double position gain for Seth Martin? No, it's going to be for Janeta. He gets it both. Nice move from Janeta, and he's back in the position where he started the last lap in. and same positions then, yet again with Pimpler behind, and it's going to go on for many laps this battle, but fantastic battling from these three.
Yeah, great stuff. As Templos has actually closed a couple of tenths since the last lap on James PT. And it is the final lap of the race,
Amazing.
and it looks like Templos is going to take P2.
This would be a great result for Templos. Just needs to keep this distance, no mistakes in the final few corners. But yet again, Phoenix dominance yet again in Estadar. It's going to be another win here today, surely, if he obviously doesn't bottle it out of the last corners. But yeah, another dominant win for himself. And is it going to be? And it is going to be 3 wins in a row now for Phoenix. The dominance continues. Fantastic result for Phoenix. Templos gets into
P1. Did Phoenix get a penalty? No, Seth Mine on the final corner spins out. Oh no. Has Templos taken P1?
I am very confused, but I think it has. Is that a Templos win this season? If so, that is phenomenal, but the gap is very confusing to me. 10.9?
Yeah, I think Phoenix has got the win. It's all very confusing.
Oh, this game, the bugs always come out of nowhere. Yes, Phoenix does win. As that was very confusing. Templos does take P2. We'll calculate the results later on, but yeah, desync has just cost him really. But yeah, Phoenix wins the race. Templos gets P2 with Jamal taking the final spot on the podium. James PT gets P4. As the rest of the grid, I am not sure, as we will have to calculate that.
As we'll just go through the race director for the FIA. There we go. Phoenix is your race winner after some desync from Templos. And don't forget, we'll sort all of this out, and the updated and final standings will be on our socials as well as in the Discord server. So make sure to follow us on there, as I'll put them up for you on screen now. The highlights and race results will be on YouTube. We'll premiere them on Friday. So we'll wait to see if we have any interviews. I think there are a couple waiting. Alex, are you ready?
Yep.
Right, we'll first go to Janata.
Janata then. Pretty sure it's more points for you, if I'm right. Bit of confusion at the end. But just give us your thoughts on that race.
Man, that was utterly painful. I had absolutely no straight line speed, and if I did, I probably could have. I mean, a podium would have been difficult, but it would have been on the cards. And then I had the penalty, which was really just well, yeah, it was just really stupid, and yeah, it was just utterly painful. But I mean, it is points, so I can't argue with that. But yeah, it could have been a lot more, and it's just a shame to know that.
Yeah, but necessarily, this isn't your first day. You do racing tier 2 and you're currently leading that. you are still the highest point scorer in Mercedes, I'm pretty sure. So that's good to know. Definitely impressing the team boss, but there was definitely many instances in that. But yeah, as you said, no straight line speed for you, which was very unlucky. But definitely should be very impressed with more points. But going on to Japan, Suzuka, hopefully you can join us then. But just give us your thoughts on that track.
Yeah, I mean, Japan's a pretty good circuit. It's not my best, but I do enjoy it. And yeah, S is really difficult because if you don't hit the apex, you're just gonna understeer onto the grass. And yeah, but yeah, it's a fun track. Hopefully I can maybe get some more points and maybe a top 5. You know, yeah, just see what I can do there.
Yeah, then on to Friday as well, you've got France in Tier 2. Hopefully you can get another win there, maybe make it 3 in a row. But yeah, again, more points for you. I think you should definitely be pleased with yourself. But thank you very much for joining us today. Very lucky server, I apologise for that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Alright, thanks, yeah.
I'll bring in your race winner of Phoenix in the Ferrari.
Now, Phoenix, yet again, dominance continues. And that's 3 in a row now. Just give us your thoughts on that race.
Well, where to start? I think immediately I got jumped into turn 1. I tried to come back and had a little battle on lap 1, which is quite entertaining. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel racing. And then, obviously, I think a couple of drivers spun out, and I was feeling good about myself. Like, all right, got a nice little gap here. Classic. As soon as that happens, safety car comes out, and yeah, obviously from then, I think on most safety cars now, I tend to pit, and I think the first one had to pit. Went on for it for longer. Second safety car, and it was sort of in a bit of an iffy situation where to go for the mediums or go for the softs. Just went for the mediums, and I think luckily everyone followed me into the pits. So it was less drivers to overtake at the end. Otherwise, I think I would have struggled to catch up with some of them if they'd stayed out. But yeah, a bit of overtaking towards the end, and yeah, enjoyed it in the end, and helped my teammate just give him DRS on that last lap.
Yeah, I think you do overtake teammate in the standings too, so that's very good for you. More prize pool, and maybe the leading coming in the championship. 3 in a row. Can you make it 4 in Suzuka? Just give us your thoughts on that track too.
You know what? I don't mind Japan. I like Japan more than I like Belgium, but I didn't like Belgium when I won it. So maybe if I like Japan, I'll lose it. So I'll wait and see.
Yeah, good to hear. But yeah, another race win, 3 in a row. And thank you very much for joining us today. And more dominance continues.
I like Lewis Piper. Oh. All right, see you in a bit. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
So there.
And we'll bring in Seth Martin, who spun on the final corner. You've just got a feel for him.
Seth Martin. Oh, I mean, spun at the final corner. When will luck come your way? Did you get points in the end?
I got P10.
All right, that's still. We'll take it. It's a point.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the race?
I think, yeah, it felt way better. The setups I've been making over the last couple of days, in terms of changes to my setup, have definitely improved, and I felt a lot more confident and not as nervous driving. There was an incident about halfway through the race, kind of towards the start, where we were all driving, and somebody went off, and I overtook them, but then I got an illegal overtake, so I slowed down, and I reared off to the right, off the racing line. So I think it was James in the Alpine to overtake me because I had an illegal overtake, and he wouldn't overtake me. So then that caused like kind of a bottleneck of the other drivers to kind of like fly into the back of him. But I just wanted to clear that like I wasn't just stopping for no reason. I had an illegal overtake, and I didn't want to get a penalty for that. So yeah, but apart from that, I had a really good battle with Jenner and the Alfa Romeo at the end there. It was really fun. Yeah, a bit unfortunate to spin at the end, but like, you know, it is what it is. So I think I would have been dropped down anyway because of the penalty, the 3 second time penalty I had. But yeah, overall that was an improvement, I think, from the last couple of races, and I'm excited to try and build, finally try and build on this and score some higher points in Japan.
Yeah, good to hear. Back on top. But yeah, as you said, Japan, just give us your personal thoughts on that track too.
It's okay. I like it, but I feel like the one DRS straight is kind of short, so it's a bit harder to overtake. I feel like on Japan, although you do have that back straight, to be fair, which is quite long and all the windy sections. But yeah, I like the track. I think it's fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So
Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, I'm glad you could get a ball in the pod. Hopefully, you can build from here, and hopefully a bit of luck can go your way next week. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us as usual.
cheers, guys. Thank you.
And yeah, we'll see you next week.
And now we will move on to Nova Gibson. He says he's going to take a second to join us on PlayStation. Oh, never mind. It's just disconnected. So bringing the Ferrari team principal.
Now, Paul asked the Ferrari team principal. You're going to definitely be impressed with that. More gap at the top of the championship. Your driver won in the race. But just give us your thoughts on that race.
Yeah, just a difficult race today, but Phoenix and Jamal came for the rescue. Very proud of my drivers, especially Jamal, for getting a P3 after 4 penalties. And yeah, just all around, just a crazy race. 3 safety car, and I think 8 cars out. Just, yeah, crazy, nonsense. But also very good work from Phoenix, getting 3 straight P1s. And yeah, I think the Constructor Championship is now over. Ferrari, I think, are the favorites to win it. And we're now focusing on the drivers.
Yeah, good to say. Ferrari dominance continues at the top, and Phoenix and Jamal both catching up to Lewis Piper in the championship. But yeah, as you said, focus for the Drivers' Championship is definitely on at the moment. But going into next week, how does this build your confidence on the team and separate drivers?
You know, Phoenix and Jamal are both very good drivers. You know, Jamal got a very bad start, but you know, he still got a P3. I'm very confident in my drivers. I know how to handle them. They're both very good at their job, easy to work with, and very compatible with others. And yeah, I think they're the best drivers I could ask for.
Yeah, great. So 5 wins for Ferrari now this season. Thank you very much for joining us today. Hopefully the luck can continue for Ferrari, and the skill is definitely there for you guys. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Good night, good night.
Good night.
And we'll try Nova Gibson one more time.
Nova. Pretty sure you got some points on the board there. I'm not sure after the desync, but just give us your thoughts on that race.
It was, it was very difficult at the start with the hard tires. They just seemed to not grip up, and it was challenging to keep up with everyone. And through the race went, and I was just waiting for the mediums waiting for me to get onto the mediums, and the safety car came a little bit too early, but luckily there was a second one, and at the end it was just mostly just chaotic. Everyone was everywhere, and it was just who could get the highest.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you got in the end. Do you know what points position? Because it did just desync at the end, so we didn't actually know.
I'm pretty sure I got 5th.
Oh, that's a great result. Definitely sure you'll be impressed with that. But going on to Japan next week, can you replicate more of the same?
I hope so. I seem to I feel like I have the pace, but I just in the race I seem to lose concentration and I step the throttle too much and then I just spin. But hopefully I can keep replicating the same for the last couple races before the new F1, and hopefully I can get higher up the standings.
Yeah, good to hear. But yeah, a fantastic race from you, it seems. P5 in the end. Well done, and thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. As I will just quickly say my driver of the day because we forgot last week as well. I'm just going to go to Phoenix. because yeah, another consistent, fantastic drive. Good comeback from on the new tyres. Ben, who is your driver of the day?
I've got to agree with you. Phoenix, after pitting from the second safety car, he made his way back, overtook drivers, and saw it out nice and easy. Phoenix is my driver of the day as well. I agree with you.
But yeah, then I think that's where we're going to end it today.
That
Pretty sure.
concludes it then. That is round 10 of season 5 of FZR Racing League Tier 1. And we thank everyone for joining. Thank you, Coppercoin, for the sub at the start of the stream. And yeah, we appreciate you all. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much.